Hello, beautifuls of the feed. It's me, Benji. I am going to be doing a general reading for you today. I just wanted to express how grateful I am for all the comments and all of the people that support me so deeply and so gratefully. Like, I'm so just in awe, and I love it from the bottom of my heart. It has filled my heart up, and it makes it overflow. So thank you so much for the abundance that you give. And yeah, so if you're new, subscribe. That'd be amazing. Subscribe to the Soul Family. Join in. Join the conversation. Um, and also leave a like if you resonate with this video, and leave a comment. I love reading them. I love responding. To be honest, I'm not very good at like typing. So if I don't type back like a crazy comment, or not a crazy comment, but like, like a very long comment or really depthy comment, it's just because I like actually struggle like to type sometimes. And like I second guess myself, and I'm like, oh my God, what should I say? And it's really just like sometimes I get overwhelmed and I'm in awe, and I'm like crying at the comment. And so anyways, like that's how much I really appreciate it. So I just wanted to verbally tell all of you that. Today, what I'm going to be doing is starting with hidden heart secrets, and I just want to know what the general energy is coming in from like a significant other currently at the moment. We'll go with the flow, and I just really feel like we should go with exactly what I said, please. So this person has a rejection kind of issue at the moment. I feel like they have a abandonment issue, or they feel very dismissed, or they have this irrational fear of being rejected at the moment. So there feels like there's a little bit of anxiety going on with how they're feeling about the situation with you. We have possibilities. We have free-spirited adventure and risk. So they're definitely willing to take a risk and willing to be adventurous. Intuition is very strong at the moment. I feel like you're talking to each other telepathically. Like there are those things happening. So I don't know. Let me do it right now. I'll be like, I'll talk to my soulmate of like what I believe is my soulmate. Give me a sec. I'm going to ask him to come over, and I guess I'll tell you later on if he actually came over or not. Okay. Okay, I know that seems crazy, but like, let's just see. I did say, hey, would you like to come over today? At least give me a text before I enter this reading. That's what I said. So let's see. I'm like kind of just going for it. He could be busy, he might be doing something, like he might be in the garden or whatever. Most of the time when he's like, I didn't text back or I didn't message you or whatever because I was like in the garden and it was so nice and I didn't want to, ruin it with my phone, which I get because I'm like that too. I'm not much of a take the phone into the garden person. We do have mistakes. So we do have misunderstood, victim, and lost soul. So this person has made a mistake at some point with how they perceived you, I think. So they see that you were a lost soul now. Like you were a lost soul. You were like a lost chosen soul. And something that's happened recently that has like just made them know. The inner selfless knows that you are the soulmate. But they know that they made a mistake. They made mistakes. They misunderstood you. They just thought you were a victim, right? Like they thought you were just a lost soul. But I really do get that they see you and only you now, because of something that's happened. We have thinking, we have missing you, craving, or desiring. This person possibly does want to come see you and possibly does want to have intimacy with you currently. They are very loyal towards you. They have loyalty. They like up the wall, up the woozah. Trusting, reliability, and believing. They believe you. They are in so belief of your gifts and who you are and just how you make them feel. And, like they trust you. They believe that you're very reliable. And they just like have this undying loyalty to you. Like I'm getting a flower and like it's a doggy's a doggy's picture, but it's like very much like a dog there. I don't want to say it, but very loyal like a dog. It's like not a great way to say it, but that's what the picture says. You know, like a dog is like man's best friend, and that's what they say. But you know what? A dog shouldn't be number one on that list. Humans should be that on that list. That's what I believe. Humans should be man's best friend. You know, man should be man's best friend. That's what I get from this card. But at the same time, I didn't like saying, you know, like be like the dog, be man's best friend. But that's kind of the example we're getting here because I guess in society, man isn't man's best friend. And that's where I'm heading with my readings. My intention behind everything is that I'm hoping that I can help with at least a small community or even just whoever stops by and whoever is willing to listen. That's what I'm trying to get across is just like there is a better way, and it's all about perspective. It's all about perspective. So they're at like their breaking point with something. The final straw, they're feeling a bit overwhelmed. Is that an Apple logo? Is that an Apple logo? It's literally an Apple MacBook. So what I'm getting from that, I've never seen that before, but I just saw it, this glowing Apple logo at me. They're getting annoyed with social media. Okay, like they're getting annoyed and like it's causing them a lot of stress is seeing a lot of stuff online, and it's not about you. It's about just the world and stuff. They're at their breaking point. They're like, I really feel like this person has like woken up recently. Like, as I say, woken up, like they've had an epiphany, they've had awakenings, they've had realizations. And now the things that they see is literally making them break because they're like, that's not what I've ever seen. But now I have this perspective of reality. You know, you're away from like there and the media telling you this and this and this and this. And you're making your own conscious belief out of what you see, and it's your observation. So this person's really like becoming almost like overwhelmed by how they didn't see these things before and now they do. And you were the one that helped them become more empathetic, right? Like I feel like that's the thing. They weren't empathetic before. They probably came across like they were a narcissist or close to it, which I don't like saying, but like that's kind of what I'm getting is that this person is finding it very difficult in the empathy, but they are definitely willing to do it because you you have shown them the gift and they believe. Wow. We have lusting. So this person says that you're forbidden, that's interesting. I feel like maybe because they look at you like you're a divine channel or something now, or like maybe you're like connected divinely like that. Maybe they just see that like there's this forbidden energy about you, and maybe it's like non-committal, like you can't commit fully because you have to commit to something else, which I think is really interesting, which brings in sexual energy. So this person's very much like lusting over you. Um, that's very interesting. They find you to be forbidden now after what yeah, that's almost like they don't think they're good enough for you anymore. I don't like that idea. It's a pretend. It's a mask. Okay, so they feel trapped. They feel they have a bluff happening. They feel trapped. So I think they're pretending. So if they're not coming across like in a loving way, or if they're just like kind of not communicating with you, maybe they are actually within their emotions. Because that's what I'm getting is like I feel like they're like pretending a little bit, like, you know, maybe it's not as deep as what it is, or their feelings aren't really coming through as heavy as what you would expect, right? So I feel like there is this little bit of a pretending going on, or like an exaggeration of like it not being such a big deal, or we have the feeling of trapped coming out. So obviously trapped is here, stuck, tied down, and captive. So I wonder what that one's about. I don't know. This is very interesting. Like we're getting trapped in the perspective, bluff trapped perspective. So it's very interesting. Like maybe this is for you. This bit because it's like how they feel about you, right? So they they feel like weirdly here like I was getting this whole thing like they know they like feel it, but like in this last line here it's really just like maybe they're gonna switch, but I don't know. I just get like maybe they're pretending and they're putting on a mask. That's really what I'm getting, and they're stuck and they're tied down and captive because of this. And I feel like they come to a place of having a better perspective, and I feel like the clear headspace comes in and they feel like they're better off, because their perspective has changed. And I feel like happiness comes through in that. So with this bluff and trapped one and this lusting non-committal, I feel like this whole feeling of like rejection, it's all going to change. They're going to understand that you don't want to make them feel that way because you're like equally on the same soul journey. And I feel like at the moment, I feel like at least the energy that I'm getting is really coming through. They definitely like both sides, like they feel like you're gonna do this to them. They're like a rejection, and then the last card's abandoned. I just really feel like they think that they're like not good enough for you. Like you're forbidden. Like you're gonna move on. Like you're got something else better waiting for you. So it just gives me a lot of fear. It gives me a lot of like this person is trying hard. They're trying very hard. Healing, releasing, purifying, and cleansing. They are trying extremely hard. Okay. This is what I'm getting from all of this. It's all about trauma. It's all about healing traumas. This is a really beautiful thing to see. This person loves you so deeply. They're performing healing on you and them. And I feel like this is them releasing any karmic debts. They're purifying themselves, and then they're going to cleanse themselves. Like I think you've probably already done that for you, and you've already tried to like do those things for you. In saying that, all of these cards are from the Hidden Heart Secrets. So this is a significant other. Let's get a tarot reading going to just go with this Hidden Heart Secrets reading today. And let's just see what comes out. We have the King of Wands. And the King of Wands gives, like in creative endeavors and like having a vision, being inspired, being like a leader. So we do have the sense of being a leader. I think that's what you are, the person that is watching this. And we have the Hanged Man, which is very much sacrifice release, like this sense of being a leader. And I feel like this helps with this sense of like things moving forward and not getting stuck. We have the Empress. So there's a lot of compassion and empathy. And there is this beautiful energy coming through, very nurturing, abundance, fertility, and just creation. So with all of this, I feel like there is a lot of healing going on with the healing card there over there. We have the Five of Cups. So the Five of Cups is kind of what I was feeling before, but like I thought that maybe there wasn't going to be any like any stagnation, but I feel like there is a difficult choice to be made. It does give me loss, regret, but focusing on the positives in your life as well. So what I get from that is like the loss and regret thing. I feel like this is the energy that I'm getting from a lot of the things that have happened through your life. You've lost a lot of people. You've lost a lot of maybe family. You've lost, you've lost friends. And I feel like this is this sense of like almost sitting in that energy and being a little bit regretful of like maybe some actions or maybe just like the path that you chose to take at one point. Like, it makes you sit there and be like, oh my God, I wish I never did that. But I feel like with that energy coming out, there is always that like moving forward through it. And I feel like that's kind of what it is. You have the courage and strength, you have like the abundance, you have the prosperity, you have that Empress energy, and you're sacrificing and releasing that feeling so you can move through it. And you know what comes up after this once you move through it? It's a happy surprise, a message of love. Like there is literally something coming in, and I feel like for you at least, like this is very interesting. I feel like there's a lot of mirror reflections going on here for both sides. We have the Ace of Wands after that. Anxiety, not being able to sleep. So the Ace of Wands is a new creative opportunity, like inspiration, being a spark of inspiration, like seeing a spark of inspiration. So I feel like this happy surprise really coming in is, I feel like this energy comes in. This is your significant other. I feel like whenever this energy comes together, there is always some spark of inspiration. Like when you're together and then when you go apart, like there is just this high vibe energy, right? High vibe energy. High Vibes Entertainment was my original attempt at trying to start a business. But anyway, I just reminded myself of that name. That's so funny. But it's like a high vibe energy, right? Like coming in, and then when it comes apart, like it's separation, but you feel so good, and the inspiration flows, visions flow, you know? With that, I feel like you get like this anxiety though. It's like overthinking or something. And I feel like this has got a lot to do with this rejection or abandon or, like these overthinking thoughts of like not being good enough. So I really feel like that's kind of there. That's kind of there. It's just definitely like anxiety. There's a lot of overthinking going on. Whether it's your side or their side, I really am getting their side that's overthinking a lot, but I think you probably may be overthinking about stuff too. We have the sun. Oh my god, yes. I love the sun. I don't really love the sun. It burns me quite badly, but I love the sun, if you know what I mean. Success, like happiness, positivity. It's just a beautiful card, This is the next card that's going to come out. I feel like this is like a card where it's like telling me that you're going to get like some recognition, but I feel like maybe you're going on a date and like, or maybe people are going to really just see that you are growing or like you are doing something that is worth of public recognition. I really don't know. No, I do, because it's exactly what's coming to my head. So it's coming to me. Also, not wearing my hat today because it's broken. And I unfortunately stood on it after that's really unfortunate, right? My friend has one. I brought two of them, so I'm going to ask my friend for the one that he's got, and I'll give him $2 for it because I paid $1 for it. I'm such an idiot. Okay, so the next card after that is the Ten of Swords. So we got like a lot of pain. I feel like this is the release of pain though. Like, like this heavy pain, it's just like got too much, and I feel like the anxiety causes this like sense of like not being able to move forward. I also get like maybe there is some sort of like energetic BS being sent to you by someone, just because there's like this public recognition. I feel like with public recognition there can be a lot of people that hate or want to destroy or even basically get attention by being mean. And I feel like with this public recognition is going to bring a lot of pain, because I think a lot of people or a lot of energies are going to try to bring you down as such. It's very interesting here because obviously I get anxiety and we got the happiness and stuff, right? We got public recognition. It really comes in. And then this pain just comes in like straight away, right? Like, and that's the only thing I can really put my finger on it. We have the Hierophant. So yeah, you're being a guide. I feel like you're learning, you're teaching, you're in this like very traditional place. You're being like the person that is like the speaker piece for higher power. That's kind of what I get from the Hierophant. We just like a tradition today. I feel like you're very traditional, and I feel like that's where you're going to head to. So with this pain, this this epicness of like whatever's going on, you're really looking for a guide. You're looking for maybe a tarot reading on YouTube. Maybe it's this tarot reading. I really don't know. I just know that you're looking for wisdom. You're looking for some information to grow and to learn and to be more spiritual and to be closer to the universe. All right, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune coming out here really signifies change and, like a beautiful kind of like turning in luck. It really just gives me that vibe, like I feel like the universe is on your side. It's backing you up. It really wants you to succeed. And I feel like in doing so, I feel like these cycles kind of repeat themselves over and over, but like it's always going to be like that. It's just this pain and then like going and like actually doing something about it and like not allowing it to take over and bring out like the devil or like oppression or like any of those things, right? Like this pain brought out spirituality and turning to the universe and asking for help that way, which brings you good luck. Okay. I love that. Okay, what else do we have that has popped out here? We have Two of Swords, we have Justice, and then we have the Chariot. So I think that's really beautiful, really amazing today. The Two of Swords really just kind of like justifies and shows indecision and needing to make like the most difficult choice ever. Okay. And I feel like choices are all about everything, and I'm learning a lot about choices, and it's really hard to see people blame everyone for their choices now. Now that my perspective is changing, like I find it so hard now to like blame anyone else for like a choice that I've made. It's like I'm part of it. I made a choice to be part of it, and then that's my fault, right? Like I have to just understand that if I make a choice, even if someone peer pressures me into making a choice, that means that I still made a choice and it is still partially my fault. I know a lot of people won't like hearing that, but that's just something that I've learned. And I guess as my gender and just as my energy and as the situations that I've been through in life, it's just something that I have to be content with, because I don't really get to go out and be like, this happened to me and it wasn't my fault. I don't get to be like me too. I could, but like I don't want to. I don't need to be like me too. I went through my whole stuff, like I just think it's kind of interesting that like taking defense is one of those things. We do have justice, right? So I think with taking this defense and like having a little bit of weird energy going on with this like in section of the reading, I really feel like being defensive. I feel like maybe you're kind of like taking defense against like the bad stuff happening towards you. It's what I'm getting from that card. I really wanted to like try to get there. But like making a choice sometimes is the most difficult thing in the world, because you really like need like an outside influence to help you make that choice. So I guess what the message I'm getting here today for this one is basically be your higher self, ask your soul, and then make a choice based on the truth. And we have justice here, which I think is like, really showing a sense of maybe like, something really working out for the better. It really gives me like lessons learned. Like, you know what I mean? Like justice is like a form of like gaining something that we wouldn't have got otherwise. So I feel like this is very much fairness. You're making a decision based on the truth. It's exactly what I was saying before. Okay, we have the Chariot, and that's our last card today. These ones are like so hard to show because they're like so gold. But yeah, the Chariot here really gives a sense of like victory through determination. Like I'm getting duality, very balanced. And I feel like this is really just a victory card. This is showing you that your hard work's going to pay off. You're doing the right thing, and I feel like the perspective changes have been happening, and I feel like there's this happy surprise coming in. It's overwhelming, whatever the surprise is going to be, and you're just going to do so well, and you're going to like cope with it to a point where like your luck changes, and you're going to be like the chariot by the end of all of it. So I think that's absolutely amazing. With that, I'm going to end this reading now. I know it's a little bit different, but if you did enjoy it today, please let me know. Um, if you think that I'm being too aggressive, it's okay. I'm just being me. Some days I feel like the energy, some days I feel very calm. So I just wanted to state that because don't think it's you. It's never you. It's always me. But anyways, I sometimes I wake up feisty and I'm just like, "Arr," I'm like a lion and I want to be like, "Arr." And then some days I'm like a little putty cat that wants to hide behind that box over there, you know? So that's not like my emotions being unstable. I think that's just who I am at this point because um, recently learning about my moon rising sign and like being Scorpio and then looking into what Scorpio is, I was like, oh my God, this explains why I struggle with like the smallest little things that make me feel so sad sometimes. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, why? You know, like I'm like literally, I can't even. I guess since I'm here, I'll just guess bag. You don't have to watch this in, but anyway, um, sometimes like I over time have noticed that like I can't watch crime investigation programs. I can't watch very scary movies or movies that have lots of violence in them, or you know, swearing or like you know certain things. I can't do those things. My soul is so sensitive, or my empathy is so heavy, or something. My feeling is so there, and um, I can feel like I'm being shot myself when there is a reenactment on a crime investigation channel. So I can't watch them. Okay. So if that helps you learn a little bit about me and how much I feel, then that's amazing. Okay. So I just express emotion in ways that I know how. And I really appreciate you listening to me right now. I don't know. I feel this weird feeling like people don't like my energy or people don't like me because they can't figure me out or something, you know, like they don't know if they should trust me or like believe what I'm saying, or they're like, oh, this person, like, oh. Anyway, that's my intuition, like going off and being like, that's kind of happening. And I feel like people are like, I don't know if I should watch this dude's videos. But I understand. I understand. It's going to take time. It's going to take so much gratuitous effort and trust building and stuff on my side. So you know, I'm here for it. I'm here. I'm ready to grow. I'm ready to build, and I am going to use all of my wit and knowledge and power and higher self and spirit to be the best I can be in existence of life. Thank you so much for watching, and thanks for listening to this 4 minute spiel at the end about what I wanted to talk about. But yeah, take care, and I'll see you in another one. Yes, it's the 1st of December tomorrow, so I am going to be doing like a month reading for the month for all star signs. So I will probably just do it in like all star signs format. So I'm not going to do separate star signs because that's like 12 videos in one day, and I find that really difficult, and I've done it twice, and it's just really difficult, okay? So I will do it like in one video, whether I do all star signs in one video or I will just do all star signs and I'll do like a big general energy reading for everybody. But anyways, take care. Bye-bye. I know I've said it like 3 times.